Hello, every video producing buddy! Well, if you're a content creator on YouTube, or if you've planned on uploading videos soon, then this one is definitely for you. Recently, many angry YouTubers, including me, by the way, have made it abundantly clear that almost every channel is being affected by the sudden algorithm changes in YouTube's content matching system. And these changes are spawned by new legal and liability changes on their business side. I don't want to go into detail about why they made these changes and why they changed their liability stance and everything, but anyway, as a result, millions upon millions of videos, they're being flagged with new content ID matches. They're both video and audio matches, including old videos from years and years ago, including some of my videos from 3 years ago. So when this happens, the YouTuber who suffered the content match, they suddenly lose all the revenue that he or she might be generating on the video. And this happens every time you have a content ID match, by the way. You lose control of your monetization, you lose control of the advertising schemes that are on the video, and you don't have any control over what ads are placed by that third party that claimed it. And you know, this is particularly crushing to the people who've monetized their videos over the years. All those people, the brand new fledgling YouTubers, all the way to the celebrities with those gigantic channels, they're being affected too. And then somewhere in the middle of all that, this paranoid content crap, it's essentially a witch hunt. Right in the middle of it is my channel. So this is my little story of how I very quickly learned to battle all of this automated bullcrap, and I took charge of my videos once again. And there's several techniques that I used, and I'm going to show you all of them. So rather than complain about it and just bitch about why YouTube did this, let's just instead talk about how to get around it. And in particular, I'm going to show you two of the most important techniques and guide you through them step by step. So by the end of the video, you'll be able to apply them too and defend yourself against all these bull strikes. Alright, so let's begin by entering Daniel's world on YouTube. This is my dashboard, and any of you who've uploaded at least one video know exactly what this is. It's a list of all your videos that you've uploaded, roughly 25 per page, I think. This particular home page of the dashboard shows you all of them, but you can take a look at all the copyright notices that you've accumulated. This page will show you not only all of your content ID matches, but all of your copyright strikes. I only have content ID matches, which are no big deal, except it is a big deal to me, along with other YouTubers, because we're losing revenue. I mean, the whole reason that most of us keep going is because of revenue. You know, it isn't much, but it helps, and that's why we can bring you all this cool content, is because we rely on this. So anyway, you can see everything that has already been matched, and you can see the videos that I've disputed. But this is not near as interesting and useful as this other page I'm going to show you now, which is all of your videos that you have not monetized. If you click the view drop down and then select not claimed, this will take you to a far more useful page. So these are, again, all of your videos that are not monetized for one reason or another. Either you never monetized them, or they did have ads and then they got a content ID match and now they're demonetized. So we're going to fix those one at a time. And you can see that some of them seem to be private, which is true. Yeah, like I'm never going to bother with this. You can see some that I've already disputed. In fact, I'll show you what it looks like if I've disputed something. There. I've disputed this. I'm not going to go into detail why I disputed it, but I'm going to show you how to dispute something first. If you are sure that the third party is just a sleazy revenue squatter and they have no right or no claim to the music that they're matching, then you can dispute it. We're going to go into this Dear Esther part 2. Watch this. Oh, you stinking squatters. Koopa Soundworks 21, Dear Esther, sound recording administered by the Orchard Music. No, they don't administer anything. So I've disputed that claim. And sometimes YouTube gives the party as long as 1 month to respond. In fact, I think I did dispute this yesterday. So I think they have 30 days to respond, or it gets released and I can claim revenue again, and I can monetize my video, and I own the video again. The reason I disputed it is because, first of all, I'm a Machinima partner, and this is the soundtrack. Machinima has a specific deal with the Chinese Room, which is the developer of this Dear Esther, to allow their partners to upload walkthroughs with the ambient music in the game. So I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm going to keep disputing it if that happens again. That's one thing to realize, is a lot of these matches, in fact I'd say a majority of these matches, are made by third parties that really have no claim to the music. Like this particular one, I'm really not sure. This is the Butcher Pete song from the Fallout series, and I'm not going to dispute that right now. I'm going to show you what else you can do, but I am going to show you how to dispute something. I have to find one that I can dispute. Just a second. Alright, so now we're going to actually go through the dispute process, and I'm going to show you one that matched some third-party content, and then we're going to dispute it. So let's find one. I think there's one right here. Yes, Portal 2 co-op walkthrough. Let's enter it, and we'll find out what the hell's going on in here. Now, some third-party cyber squatter who's squatting my revenue by the name of Believe claimed this audio track by Cameron Grant, the composer who wrote this song for violin and piano. Here's one. That's not true. I used a recording that one of my friends recorded in San Francisco, so we're going to dispute it. I don't even have to worry about it because I know that they have no claim to it. So here's what you do. You dispute it, and then the content is in the public domain or is not eligible for copyright protection. And yes, I'm sure. And now let me write my explanation, and then I'll show you what I wrote. Okay, so I'll read to you my lovely explanation for my dispute. The sleazy third-party revenue squatter called Believe has absolutely no rights whatsoever to any audio sequence in this video. They may lay no claim to any audio or narrative in the video because they do not own any portion therein, nor are they representatives for any label whose music may sound similar to an audio sequence in this game footage. I will continue to dispute any content ID matches upon this video by Believe, which is responsible for millions of false content ID claims on YouTube. Pretty scathing, huh? No, it isn't. It's not. That's quite nice and family friendly compared to what I've been typing before. I just didn't. I'm recording it now, so I wanted to be more pleasant. I wanted to put a more pleasant face on my channel, right? Okay, and then you click that, and then you click Submit Dispute. And are you sure? Yeah, sure. And then YouTube even warns you that submitting fraudulent claim, don't be bothered by that. If you truly feel that you are being revenue squatted and that the third party has no claim whatsoever, then you can dispute it. Okay, so that covers disputing a content ID match. Now we're going to use a tool that's just as effective and sometimes preferable if you are not clear or you're not sure whether you've broken some kind of a copyright restriction and you racked up a content ID match. Now here's one. Fallout New Vegas raw footage 33. Let's take a look at the content that was matched. Okay, Ella Fitzgerald, let's call the whole thing off. I don't know. I really don't know. But whatever you do, don't ever acknowledge that the claim is valid. Instead, do this. Watch this. So we're going to go in and strip out that music. It's really not that difficult. You have to choose the edit drop-down, and then instead of editing the info and settings like you usually do, let's go into the audio edit. Now, this editing page will allow you to completely swap out the track, but we don't want to do that, okay? Instead, here's what we're going to do. We're going to remove this song, and we're going to remove this song. Now, how does YouTube do that? Well, they have a separate audio, like a signal algorithm that will strip out the music while trying to preserve everything else in the video. Even if you're talking over that music, it will quite effectively strip out the music. Okay, I'm going to show you what it looks like now that we've done that. Oh dear. Okay, fine. Yeah, of course, because it's already being edited by something else. Okay, well, it wouldn't let me go back, so I popped back into this not claimed list of videos, which is where we were before. That's how we got to that video to begin with. Now, if we look at this list, you'll see that the video that we just edited and stripped audio from has an edit in progress bar. And you'll see that the content ID match is gone. And you'll see that we're still not monetized, but there's a reason for that. It takes several hours to strip out this music. You know, the algorithm to preserve all of the other sound while trying to level out the sound waves of that music, that's quite complicated. So why don't we go into one that had edited successfully and stripped out the music, and you can still hear my voice. Here's another one. This used to have a content ID match, so the first thing we're going to do, now that we are in the clear again, let's go back and monetize it again. Oh, monetization, of course, yeah. Web, usage policy, let's just do those. That sounds good. And, oh, come on, you can do it. Yeah, there you go. And we refresh, and you'll see that that particular video is now monetized again. Oh, it's going to disappear. It disappeared because now it is claimed. Let me find it really quick. Alright, so I looked all over the place and I actually found a better example. This one had a content ID match with my voice over the music. So I decided to strip out the music only, and it did a fairly good job. You'll hear a little bit of a loss of quality, which is to be expected, because after all, it is altering the audio signal. It's normalizing it and anti-aliasing the audio signal. In just a moment, I think it'll start. Yeah, right about here. Now listen to how my voice cuts in and out, but there's no music at all. All right. Well, at least we discovered it. Let's just go down here and see if there's anything fun. Yeah, I don't really see anything else. There's no caves or canyons or really anything. There's some pretty flowers, but that's it. Okay, well, let's just end the video here, and then we'll try to explore a few other areas we haven't been to yet in the next video. So anyway, you get the idea. It strips out music while preserving the rest of the audio from the game and your narrative if you're narrating over the music. And that's much more preferable as to just stripping out the entire audio track and slapping some smooth jazz track or some rap music in its place. And I would go so far to suggest that you should generally use the second technique that I just taught you, which is to strip out the audio, much more often than the disputing a content ID match. You only do that if you're absolutely sure that you can dispute it without any repercussions. So far I've had no problems at all, and I recommend doing it once you get to know these third-party cyber squatters. One example of a so-called company that produces these content ID matches is called AdRev for a third party. So if you see them, then you can dispute that claim. And that's all I have for you, and that should be plenty for now. Those two tips will get you through quite a ways. And if the content ID problem gets any worse, then I'll upload another tips and tricks video. And why don't you let me know if these solutions worked for you in a comment, alright? And if they did, you can also click the like button too, and share it with your friends who might also be uploading videos with the same problem. You can follow me on Twitter, and then you'll get an alert whenever I upload something. Alright? We will see you next time in YouTube land. Thanks for watching.